Jujutsu Kaisen series has become more and more enjoyable nowadays. At the beginning of the series, Gojo Satoru had shown a glimpse of his speed and strength, which is far more superior to Sukuna with only one finger. After that, Gojo Satoru assumed that he could also defeat him in the nearest future, and Sukuna, who is known as the King of Curses, took this as an insult, and that is why he challenged Gojo to fight him once he gains the curse power of the 20 fingers. Jujutsu Kaisen manga series has unveiled the curse power techniques and domain expansion of both Gojo Satoru and Sukuna. Therefore, in this video we'll compare them and assume who will win in a one-on-one battle. This video contains some spoilers based on the manga series, hence if you don't want to get spoiled, it's better to pause here. Currently, Sukuna has gained the curse power of about 15 fingers. With this, he has surpassed all special grade curse spirits and high rank Jujutsu sorcerers. He even exorcised an ancient Shikigami who was specially summoned in the ritual to kill his opponent. On the other hand, the remaining special grade curse spirits planned and fought together to seal just one person, Gojo Satoru. They know that even their combined strength cannot really overpower Gojo's cursed energy, so they give their best just to seal him. So these are the two main information when it comes to power scaling these two characters against one another. Gojo Satoru is also the protagonist of the series. He is regarded to as the strongest sorcerer, holding both immense amount of cursed energy and powerful techniques. During his fight with Jogo, he showed his overwhelming strength, like raw strength and great speed. It was even said that when Gojo Satoru was born, just his presence shifted the balance of power between shamans and cursed spirits. So that's just how powerful he is. He possesses almost limitless amount of cursed energy, which allows him to use his domain expansion multiple times a day. In contrast to other sorcerers who can only use it, I think, once a day. From his clan's bloodline, he obtained the curse energy to manipulate the surrounding speed at the atomic level. And besides all of this, he is the one who was born with the ability of 6 eyes. And 6 eyes means that he can see things in all 6 directions with his sharp senses. So take it basically as he has no blind spot. Also, Infinity is the curse technique that Gojo Satoru uses. It allows him to form a barrier around himself where the opponent's movement becomes slower and slower as they get closer to him. His curse technique is divided into 2 categories, which are convergence and divergence. The convergence technique, also known as blue, permits him to attract the atoms of the surrounding together to one spot. Whereas the divergence technique, red, is the inversion of the blue. It grants him the ability to repel anything nearby violently. By combining these 2 techniques, Gojo Satoru creates a holo purple technique, which effectively erases or deletes everything in his path. So that's a breakdown of all of Gojo's abilities. Now we look at Sukuna. The series has shown Sukuna's weakness of not having a lot of curse techniques. So basically he only uses raw strength and speed to fight with his opponents. And one of his primary curse techniques though is the innate technique. It allows him to change his cursed energy into slashing attacks and fire-based powers. His innate curse technique is divided into 2 styles, dismantle and cleave. It is basically a slashing attack that adjusts itself according to the opponent's cursed energy and toughness. In short, he can cut through anything and anything in one move. If we compare curse techniques of both Gojo Satoru and Sukuna, we can assume that Gojo's infinite curse technique has the dominance. Although we are not sure whether Sukuna's slashing technique works in the infinite barrier, but in my opinion, Gojo Satoru will win against Sukuna based on curse techniques. But keep in mind, Sukuna can regenerate from Gojo's curse techniques, therefore anything may be possible in a fight between both of them. but based on cost technique, Gojo wins. But we cannot simply base the outcome of the battle based on just cost techniques. Jujutsu Kaisen manga has displayed the domain expansion of both Sukuna and Gojo. We all know Gojo can create a territorial expansion of unlimited void. In this endless void, the opponent can apparently feel and see everything. On the contrary though, Sukuna's domain expansion is the most unique and powerful one. His territory creates a Buddhist shrine that covers the surrounding area with blood. His expansion is the only domain that doesn't create a separate barrier from the outside world. It means anyone can leave or join Sukuna in his territory, basically. But instead of a barrier, a binding vow is formed between Sukuna and his opponent. If the opponent leaves the domain without defeating Sukuna, he or she will die automatically. Therefore, in my opinion, Sukuna's domain expansion is more versatile than Gojo's domain expansion. And we already know the rule that the only way to get over a domain expansion is to create an even more powerful domain expansion. So chances are Sukuna's domain expansion is gonna cancel Satoru's domain expansion. So we can say Sukuna can overpower Gojo with his 20 fingers. So who is stronger between these two based on power? In terms of cost techniques, Gojo wins the battle pretty easily. And then in terms of domain expansion, Sukuna has the edge. In order to determine who's stronger, it's gonna be very hard to scale because both characters are like really overpowered. And thinking that because Gojo Satoru is regarded to as the strongest is gonna beat Sukuna's most powerful level is a rash decision. The question who is stronger at the end between Gojo and Sukuna is gonna be decided based on personality and not strength, because both of them are, in my opinion, equally matched. Who's stronger between both of them? I'd say it's a tie for now until we get more information from the manga. So that would be the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video. If you are new to the channel, subscribe if you want more anime and manga discussions, mostly Bleach, Naruto, and Jujutsu Kaisen. See you guys in the next video.